Welcome back. Today's episode is called Depth Without Drowning. Listening to the body's yes and no. I love water. I've always loved water. And today that's where I'd like to start. Because for a long time, even that felt confusing to say out loud. I love water, but not all water. I love baths. I love waterfalls. I love streams on mountain trails. I love water that moves. Water that has edges. Water that I can feel myself moving with. And for a long time, I thought something was wrong with me because I don't feel safe in the ocean. When I think about the water I love most, my body relaxes almost immediately. A bath, warm, contained. The way my shoulders soften as soon as I sink in. A stream on a trail, the sound of it moving over rocks. The way the current has direction. The way my eyes can follow it. And my body knows where it is in space. Waterfalls especially. Standing near them, feeling the vibration in my chest. The sound so full it almost clears my thoughts instantly. There's movement, but there's also structure. There's power, but it's relational. My body knows how to be there. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't brace. It doesn't leave. It lands. And then there's the ocean. And I want to say this carefully because this isn't a judgment. I know people who love the ocean. Shit, I thought I loved the ocean. And I know people who feel alive there. Again, I thought I was one of those people. I know people whose bodies relax in that vastness. But mine doesn't. In the ocean, my body doesn't soften. It orients. It scans. It loses its sense of where it is. The scale is too big. The movement is too unpredictable. The power doesn't meet me. It surrounds me. And for a long time, I tried to tell myself that meant fear or limitation, something I needed to work through. That if I just stayed longer or breathed deeper or pushed myself through harder, I'd finally be okay to be there. But my body kept saying the same thing. Not loudly or dramatically, just quietly. No. The realization didn't come as a big moment. It actually came as a simple truth that I finally stopped arguing with. I love water, just not all water. And that doesn't mean I'm shallow. It doesn't mean I'm avoiding depth. It doesn't mean I'm incapable of surrender. It means my body doesn't consent to being swallowed. There's a difference between depth and immensity, between immersion and disappearance, between waters that move with you and waters that erase your sense of self. My body doesn't fear depth. Not at all. It does resist disappearance. So now I'd like to be clear about something else here. I'm not saying water is consciousness, and I'm not claiming it stores memory or intention, because that hasn't been proven yet. But what is known as a collective fact is this. Water is the medium through which biological organization happens. Life and cognition don't exist without it. And even small changes in aqueous environments radically alter how living systems behave. So when water feels like awareness to me, it's because it's the medium through which responsiveness, intelligence, and presence actually move. Once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. Because suddenly, it wasn't just about water. It was about environments, relationships, healing spaces, expectations I had forced myself into. Places where I was told, this is where the growth is. Spaces that were intense, vast, demanding. Spaces where I was expected to dissolve in the name of transformation. And my body did what it always does when it's overwhelmed. It didn't grow. It disappeared. I went numb. I lost clarity. I stopped trusting myself. Not because I was weak, but because the water was wrong for my system. And this is the part that matters to me the most. Sensitivity is not fragility. Sensitivity is not fragility. It's intelligence. And some nervous systems are built to thrive in immensity, while others are built to thrive in relationship. In movement you can track, in depth that responds, in environments where presence doesn't require self-erasure. Choosing the water that holds you is not avoidance. It's discernment. It's self-trust. Bigger isn't always braver, and intensity isn't always depth. Sometimes wisdom sounds like, this isn't the water for me, and walking away without explaining. So as I'm saying this, I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm not asking you to analyze your life, but I am inviting you to notice something very gently. Where does your body soften? Where does it breathe more easily? Where does it stay present without effort? And where does it disappear? Where does it brace? Numb? Leave? Not because something is wrong, but because the water is too vast. You don't need to label it, and you don't need to fix it. Your body already knows. I don't need the ocean. I need water I can move with. Water that meets me. Water that lets me stay. And if that's true for you too, there's nothing wrong with that. And you don't owe anyone proof of depth. Only honesty with your body.